Hello everyone, welcome back to Relax History AI. World War I, the first global conflict in human history, forever changed the political map of the world. Behind the trenches, the smoke, and the treaties were the people who defined an era. Leaders, generals, soldiers, and even those who sparked the tragedy. Based on authentic historical sources, advanced reconstruction software, and modern AI technology, they return, vivid and lifelike, as if history itself has come alive again. Who would you like to meet next? Leave a comment below. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
Number 1.
Woodrow Wilson, 1856-1924. Full name Thomas Woodrow Wilson, was the 28th President of the United States and a brilliant scholar before entering politics. He led America through World War I, first maintaining neutrality but later declaring war on Germany in 1917, turning the United States into a decisive power in the Allied victory. After the war, Wilson proposed the League of Nations and received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1919. He died in 1924, leaving a lasting legacy of peace and internationalism.
Number 2.
Kaiser Wilhelm II, 1859-1941. Full name Friedrich Wilhelm Victor Albert, was the last German emperor and king of Prussia. He ruled from 1888, pursuing expansionist and militaristic policies that directly contributed to the outbreak of World War I. As supreme commander of the German forces, he allowed the military to dominate national policy, leading to Germany's defeat in 1918. Forced to abdicate, he lived in exile in the Netherlands until his death in 1941, leaving a deeply controversial legacy.
Number 3.
David Lloyd George, 1863-1945, was the British Prime Minister during the final years of World War I and one of the most influential statesmen of the 20th century. He led Britain to victory in 1918, played a central role at the Versailles Conference, and reshaped post-war Europe. Known for his eloquence and bold social reforms, he laid the foundation for Britain's modern welfare state. Lloyd George died in 1945, leaving a lasting legacy of liberty and social justice.
Number 4.
Georges Clemenceau, 1841-1929. Known as the Tiger of France, was the prime minister who led the nation through the darkest years of World War I. With iron determination, he restored French morale and guided the country to victory in 1918. At the Versailles Conference, Clemenceau insisted that Germany be held accountable and pay reparations. He died in 1929, leaving a legacy of patriotism, resilience, and unwavering faith in the French Republic.
Number 5.
Vladimir Lenin, 1870–1924. Born Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, did not fight in World War I, but used the conflict to achieve his revolutionary goals. As Russia entered the war, he condemned it as an imperialist conflict and urged soldiers to revolt. In 1917, aided by Germany, Lenin returned from exile, led the Bolsheviks to seize power, and signed the Brest-Litovsk Treaty in 1918, ending Russia's participation. He died in 1924, leaving an immense legacy, a symbol of communism, global revolutionary movements, and a new political era of the 20th century.
Number 6.
Ferdinand Foch, 1851–1929, was a French marshal and supreme Allied commander during the decisive stage of World War I. From April 1918, he commanded the entire Western Front, leading bold offensives that forced Germany to sign the armistice on November 11, 1918. After the war, Foch criticized the Treaty of Versailles as too lenient toward Germany. He died in 1929, leaving a legacy of steadfast determination, strategic brilliance, and enduring symbolism as the spirit of France's victory.
Number 7.
Paul von Hindenburg, 1847–1934, was a German field marshal and one of the most powerful military figures of World War I. With General Ludendorff, he won the Battle of Tannenberg, 1914, established a military dictatorship, and launched unrestricted submarine warfare, bringing the United States into the war, leading to Germany's defeat in 1918. After the war, he was hailed as a national hero and became President of Germany. In 1933, he appointed Adolf Hitler as Chancellor, paving the way for the rise of fascism. He died in 1934, leaving a deeply conflicted legacy.
Number 8.
Erich Ludendorff, 1865–1937, was one of Germany's foremost generals and strategists during World War I. Alongside Field Marshal Hindenburg, he won the Battle of Tannenberg, 1914, and from 1916 directed Germany's total war effort under a military dictatorship. He advocated total war and launched unrestricted submarine warfare, leading to Germany's defeat in 1918. After the war, Ludendorff joined far-right politics and supported Hitler in the 1923 Beer Hall Putsch. He died in 1937, leaving a legacy both brilliant and deeply controversial.
Number 9.
Nicholas II, 1868–1918, was the last Tsar of the Russian Empire who personally took command of the army during World War I, despite lacking military skill. Under his rule, Russia suffered crushing defeats, massive casualties, and economic collapse. The crisis led to the February Revolution of 1917, forcing him to abdicate and ending more than 300 years of Romanov rule. In 1918, Nicholas II and his family were executed by the Bolsheviks. His legacy remains tragic, a symbol of the end of monarchy and the dawn of the Soviet era.
Number 10.
Franz Joseph I, 1830–1916, was Emperor of Austria and Emperor of Austria-Hungary, ruling for 68 years, the longest reign in the empire's history. After the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914, he approved the declaration of war on Serbia, sparking World War I. At 84, he delegated military command to Germany, but remained the ultimate symbol of supreme authority and Europe's old order. When he died in 1916, the Austro-Hungarian Empire soon collapsed, marking the end of monarchy's golden age in Europe.
Number 11.
Gavrilo Princip, 1894–1918, was a Bosnian Serb nationalist and member of the Black Hand, a secret group seeking to unite South Slavs under Serbian rule. On June 28, 1914, he assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in Sarajevo, the spark that ignited World War I. The attack led Austria-Hungary to declare war on Serbia, triggering a web of military alliances and escalating into a global conflict. Captured and sentenced to 20 years in prison, Princip died of tuberculosis in 1918, leaving a legacy torn between heroism and blame.
Number 12.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand, 1863–1914, was heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne and envisioned reforming the empire into a multi-ethnic federation. On June 28, 1914, while visiting Sarajevo, he and his wife, Duchess Sophie, were shot at close range by Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist. The assassination sent shockwaves across Europe, prompting Austria-Hungary to declare war on Serbia. Within weeks, a network of alliances turned the crisis into World War I, one of the bloodiest conflicts of the 20th century.
Number 13.
Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, 1881–1938, was the national hero and first president of modern Turkey. During World War I, serving in the Ottoman army, part of the Central Powers with Germany and Austria-Hungary, he gained fame at Gallipoli, 1915, defeating British and French landings and defending the Dardanelles and Constantinople. Though Gallipoli was a great victory, the Ottoman Empire was ultimately defeated and divided. Atatürk later led the War of Independence, founded the Republic of Turkey, and launched sweeping reforms.
Number 14.
John J. Pershing, 1860, 1948, was a U.S. Army general and commander of the American Expeditionary Forces on the Allied side during World War I. He led over 2 million American troops in Europe, insisting on independent command, and guided the AEF to key victories at Saint-Mihiel and Meuse-Argonne. 1918, forcing Germany's surrender. However, he faced criticism for heavy American losses in frontal assaults. Pershing was later promoted to General of the Armies, the highest rank in U.S. military history, and remains a legendary figure.
Number 15.
Douglas Haig, 1861–1928, was a British field marshal and commander of the British Expeditionary Force during World War I. He led the Somme, 1916, and Passchendaele, 1917, campaigns, battles so bloody that he was nicknamed the Butcher of the Somme. Despite his controversial frontal assault tactics, Haig played a decisive role in the Allied offensives of 1918 that brought the war to an end. He died in 1928, leaving a legacy marked by both glory and tragedy.
Number 16.
Philippe Pétain, 1856–1951, was a French field marshal, hailed as a hero in World War I, but condemned as a traitor in World War II. Serving with the Allies, he became the Victor of Verdun, 1916, for his brilliant defensive strategy and leadership that embodied French resilience. However, during World War II, as head of the Vichy government, Pétain collaborated with Nazi Germany. After the war, he was convicted of treason and sentenced to life imprisonment. He died in 1951, leaving a tragic legacy of glory and disgrace.
Number 17.
Manfred von Richthofen, 1892–1918, known as the Red Baron, was Germany's legendary flying ace of World War I, serving with the Central Powers alongside Austria-Hungary. As commander of the famed Jasta 11 Squadron, he achieved 80 aerial victories, the highest total of the war, and became a symbol of German air supremacy. On April 21, 1918, Richthofen was shot down and killed at just 25 years old. His death was mourned by both sides, and his name endures as an immortal symbol of early aerial warfare.
Number 18.
T.E. Lawrence, 1888–1935, known as Lawrence of Arabia, was a British intelligence officer famous for his pivotal role in the Arab Revolt. 1916–1918, against the Ottoman Empire during World War I. Acting as a liaison between Britain and Arab leaders, he led daring guerrilla campaigns that helped the Allies capture Aqaba and Damascus. After the war, he opposed the British-French partition of the Middle East, rejecting fame and power. He died in 1935, leaving a legacy as a symbol of freedom, idealism, and the tragic politics of his time.
Number 19.
Aleksei Brusilov, 1853-1926, was a Russian general who served with the Allies during World War I. He became legendary for the Brusilov Offensive, 1916, the most successful Allied operation on the Eastern Front, which devastated Austro-Hungarian forces and forced Germany to shift troops from the west. Yet the victory came at a terrible cost. Nearly 1 million Russian casualties, exhausting the Tsar's army and paving the way for the 1917 revolution. Afterward, Brusilov joined the Red Army, leaving a complex legacy as both a military genius and a witness to his empire's collapse.
Number 20.
Winston Churchill, 1874-1965, was a British statesman and legendary prime minister whose career spanned both world wars. During World War I, serving with the Allies as First Lord of the Admiralty, he launched the Gallipoli Campaign, 1915, to open the Dardanelles for Russia, but the operation ended in disaster and forced his resignation. Yet this failure forged his resilience. In World War II, Churchill returned as Prime Minister, leading Britain's defiance against Nazi Germany and becoming a symbol of courage and freedom. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to share it with your friends and hit subscribe so you won't miss our next exciting content.